This is a Dreams tutorial on my Five Nights at Freddy's movement contraption logic. I'm going to be using my Rockstar Bonnie model for this demonstration. So yeah, the switch that I just turned on and off is merely for my purposes. You don't have to use it. It just turns on and off the contraption. You could put anything there. You could just delete it entirely and it will start on its own. Now yeah, that's all the switch does. The timer, it's set to 5 seconds, I believe. You can set that to anything. All that does is it tells the randomizer to turn on and randomize whether or not it will turn on or not. Now we're going to go through this fairly easily. We're going to take each one of the teleporters and connect it to your character. Of course, you're going to want to copy this logic to every one of your characters. I typically move the XYZ value for the teleporter to the bottom of their feet. For this demonstration, I won't be doing that every time, but for that first one I did, just to help demonstrate. So you're going to want to do that for each one of the teleporters. Just doing this real quick. Now, as you can see, the Bonnie that I am using is my own. I have not uploaded it yet. I'm using it for something that I'm working on. Hopefully it's out in the next week or two. But you can, as you can see here, add multiple other movement. I only have, what is that? I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah, 5. But all you're going to want to do for each movement is put your teleporter down, connect it to your character, make a pose. That's what the keyframes are for each of your characters to be in. Do make sure, however, that you scope in and make every piece of them unmovable, or they'll glitch out, which you'll see in a moment, because this version of Rockstar Bonnie is not built for the movement. He's built for cutscenes. This was recorded before I made the version for the actual gameplay. But so all you're going to want to do is make sure that the teleporter is connected to the same keyframe, the same pose that your character will be in. And always make sure your timeline there is at the last possible point, because that will be where you animate your cutscenes. So, I'm sorry, the footage was recorded before this audio, so I do not remember exactly what I did, in what order. Oh yeah. Okay, so you're going to want to go get however many tags you're going to need, however many movement things you need to tag for each one, and place it wherever your character will be. So in a closet, in the bathroom, in a hallway, anywhere they would be. And I would say to use this with, I do not remember their name. I'll put it in the description. But someone made a very good, very well made camera system. And I'll put their name in the description, and it works very well. I'm working on my own camera system that will use the EMP, but I do not have it done yet. So I'll go over that too when it's done. But for now, you're going to want to name each tag something different. I would probably name it your character's name, and then 1, and then 2, and then 3 for each stage of their movement. And then you just put each teleporter to that. That way, it will be able to go to the place that it needs to go. I'm pretty sure I demonstrate it somewhere. Yeah, it seems like I did here. So we'll see. Yeah. Oh. Okay, that was the instructions I put in. Sorry about that. Oh yes, so this is me demonstrating it here, and I noticed that the character's wrong. What you're going to want to do is make sure that the values are the same. The same coordinates are the same. So they will always put their Z in front of them and their X to the left of them. So make sure you calculate for that. Change one of them, change both of them, it doesn't matter. But they'll always look in the same direction that their teleporter tag is looking. That is why you need them to be unmovable, because the further they go, so instead of going directly to the left of him like he did there, if he went all the way across the map, he'll start freaking out. I'm pretty sure you'll see that eventually. See there, he's in the ground again. That's why you're going to want to make sure they are oriented the right way. So I don't know what I'm doing here. But yeah, so you would just change each keyframe. I don't think I do. Oh no, yeah, this is me showing this. So you can always move your character to wherever they need to be, to put them in the correct pose, like if they're hanging off the ceiling or they're hiding around a corner. You can do their pose a lot easier that way if they're trying to grab something, and then just teleport them there, and it should work totally fine. And just teleporting them there, though, will make them glitch around, so try to not do that. Make sure you use the teleporter. It will make them less glitchy. So I'm demonstrating here. Again, you're going to want to keep your keyframes and teleporters named in the order that they would be moving there in. And that'll really save you a lot of time, and a lot of just a lot of confusion, because if multiple people are working on it, like collaborators, or if it's remixable, it'll just be a lot easier for people to understand what's going on if you name everything correctly, or not correctly, but good. Yes, that's a demonstration on how it will not work if you don't make it unmovable. This one just isn't yet. I probably should have gone over that beforehand and made sure. That's all right. I think you get the idea. It teleports it around. Just make sure that you keep your characters non-movable when you're doing this yourself. So this timeline, like I said, is for the jump scares. The cameras are just to put you back in the office. That way you're not on a camera and you can't see the jump scare and then you're just dead. all of a sudden, and the doorway, of course, is to reset the room or put you in a game over screen or whatever. You could put a reset game function there if you wanted to. You don't even need the cameras at all. That's just what I did for mine. Don't even need jump scares. You don't even need them. But that is what the timeline is for. So moving on to, I think it's the microchip, if I'm remembering. Yes. Yeah, it is. So anytime you want to add anything, you just want to copy that signal manipulator down and run your output that you make into the signal manipulator, and then run the signal of that into the reset timer. Make sure, like I said, I don't do it here for some reason, but always make sure your timeline is the last thing in the selector. Maybe I fix it, I don't remember. I do not fix it. I think I was supposed to, though. Anyway, yeah, I'm just stopping for long periods of time. It's kind of weird. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit. I do not know where he's going with this. Past me, he's kind of tagging behind. So onto the randomizer, because I think that's where we go next. Yeah. Each one of these is a difficulty level. You put, if you want it to be difficulty 1, you put all of them on reset timer and one of them on go to next output on the selector. And then 2, you put 2 on the next output, 3 on the next output, so on and so forth. This setup only does 10 difficulty, up to 10 difficulty, so you might have problems there. I am trying to do a 20 difficulty one, which would require 2 different randomizers, and then it would be very difficult. I have an idea for it, but I have not actually tried it yet. I'm also working on a dual, I guess, pathway where they can take 2 different paths. I'm working on that as well. So I might do that if this video does well. If not, I will still do it anyway, because the people that I follow and stuff on Dreams and follow me back, they tend to apparently like this stuff. So I will probably make another one of these when I do any other logic tutorials, or if I make any more special logic for games. It seems like he thought I was going to talk about randomizer for a lot longer. Yeah, I don't know. But you would just swap the wires around there for if you wanted to do more difficulty or less, you would just swap the wires around. The more wires that go into next output, the higher the difficulty. And like I said, it's only 10 difficulty. But that timer can be set up to any time. I feel like 5 seconds is good, though. Just because, I don't know, just because it's a lot easier. Or it's a lot harder for them to move at the lower difficulties. You could sit there for 10 minutes and they don't move at the lower difficulties. I have it set to true random. You could do it on shuffle if you wanted them to move faster. But yeah, seems like that's all I really got. I don't know what past me is doing, but that is pretty much all there is to explain. If you have any questions, comment it down below. I will help with anything that needs to be helped with if you don't understand it. So that's the end of the Dreams segment. It looks like I'm deleting these wires, so yeah. If you're done with if you came here for Dreams, I'll see you. If not, I'm gonna talk about some stuff I'm doing next week. So, I'm planning on doing some live stream stuff next week. I got a video coming out, hopefully the end of the week. Also a Dreams video, but it's more of gameplay stuff. PlayStation recording is very hard, just because I have to jump through a lot of hoops to do it. The broadcast seems to be a lot easier. But I will say, I get 2 really stupid kills here. Also, my aim's awful, but that's alright. Also, Grandma, no, this is not the video I was telling you about that was coming out this week. Also, this rook is the dumbest rook in the world. Trying for 20 minutes and he still didn't kill me. Anyway, see you.